Hello, welcome to the 6th installment in this video series looking at how to deliver online and remote teaching using a range of fun, engaging and effective tools, techniques and websites. My name is Justin Arnold from the Tech Train, and I've been looking in this series at using a range of ways in which we can try and deliver effective teaching by online methods using a range of techniques, tools and websites to try and help engage students with their learning. Now, one of the things that we take for granted in a classroom situation, of course, is our whiteboard. Whiteboards are the staple of most teaching methods, and that can be a problem if you're trying to deliver lessons online. Certainly, I know one of the lessons that I'm going to be putting together very shortly is a remote lesson on binary and calculating binary, doing calculations in binary. And you can do that perhaps using PowerPoint perhaps and some slides, but it's really not quite as effective as actually standing up there with a board and getting a pen in your hand and showing the calculation step by step. The same for maths teachers. I know a number of maths teachers that not only get up to the board and start delivering on a whiteboard, but have those cameras pointing down on their desks. So again, they can show the calculation step by step, point to the next step using their pen and so forth. But also, of course, getting students to come up and use the board and getting them to engage as well. So in this video, what I'm going to be looking at are 6 different whiteboard products or whiteboard type products that can be used either for you to record yourself showing how to do certain techniques if you're creating videos, or you can share the whiteboard with your students so that they're able to connect to the same virtual room or classroom online and watch live as you deliver the lesson using a virtual whiteboard that appears on their screens. And some of those also enable you to include your microphone or even a webcam as well, so you can talk to them while you're drawing on the whiteboard. And also some of these allow you to provide the opportunity for students to also use the whiteboard so that you can all collaborate and share with using that whiteboard together. So let's have a look at these different products. I'm going to start with perhaps the obvious one that a lot of teachers use already in the classroom situation, and that of course is Google Slides. Now, Google Slides is a free product. In fact, all the products that I'm looking at today are free, although some of them do have paid upgrade options if you want to extend them. But for a lot of the reasons that I will go into, there's probably no need for most people to do that. So Google Slides free product, simply go to slides.google.com. Oh, I should add, by the way, that underneath this video in the description are links to all 6 of these websites. So you can simply click on those links once you've decided which one is the one for you. So if we go to Google Slides and we can click Start New Presentation. Now, obviously, this is a PowerPoint type product, a very similar sort of presentation. I'll close off the themes there. And for this particular way of sharing, I'm going to go to a blank slide here. You can obviously write words on here using text boxes. So if I was doing, let's say, a mind map, I might have my idea in the middle here. And then you can either add text boxes, connect lines and so forth around those text boxes, and create a shared group mind map. It's not so good if you wanted to get a pen and sketch and draw, but if you're creating an online collaboration, some sort of group mind map, a revision resource or some other useful tool, then this is a really good thing to do. And there are a couple of reasons for that. First of all, you can obviously click on share at the top there and share it with your students. If you're using Google Classroom or something like that, you can share the link on there and they will be able to access that straight away. And the other second advantage, of course, of this is that it will then be available to them afterwards as a file. You could either download this as a JPEG and have it as an image that's shared, download it as a PowerPoint if you want to, or keep it online. You might want to reduce reduce the sharing so that the students can't edit it afterwards perhaps. But this is a really, really easy resource to use. I've used this in the classroom where I've had groups of students perhaps who are sitting separately around the room, all collaborating virtually online. So they're having to come up with a spider diagram or mind map whilst physically separated in the room, and that does work quite well. And that provides a resource afterwards. So this is the obvious solution. Let's look at some of the other products which are more geared towards being more traditional whiteboards. So the first one that I'm going to highlight is twiddler.com. Again, the links to all of these are found below the video here. So twiddler.com is a really good tool. It does have a paid upgrade option. I think there's a 5-minute cap on the length of time you can do this live. You'll see on the right hand side we have this shared link here. So it is a public meeting. You can password protect these if you want to, which might well be a good idea perhaps. But you can give out that link to your students, and as you can see with this, you've got the whiteboard option there. You've also got the ability to add documents, so you could have a document or a web page or an image as your backdrop and then annotate or draw over that. That's useful perhaps if you wanted to maybe have a squared paper, grid lines or something like that. There is an option to include that here at the top, so if you were doing maths or calculations, then you could do that. You also have options for shapes and so forth here should you want to. You see those snap to the grid there as well. You can change color and so forth. So add text if you wanted to just click and type again as some kind of mind map or something. So this is a simple to use tool. I mean, you can see all the tools at the top there. There aren't that many, and for most people that's probably an advantage. On the right hand side you can see that there is an audio option, so you can have your microphone connected and then you can talk to your students whilst being able to all edit this. So it's completely free. As I say, there is a paid upgrade, but you might want to possibly pay for that if you want to. However, let's look at the next option. So this is a very simple interface, as you can see. This is Whiteboard without the H, whiteboard.com. To share this, the button at the top right there, you can see if you click on that, the link to this website, this page rather, has been copied. You can then again email that out or put it in Google Classroom or whatever. And this is very straightforward. You've got some tools at the bottom. I'm going to switch over to a graphics tablet. I would say that if you have a graphics tablet, so you can see that's one of these here. If you have a graphics tablet, it does make this a lot easier. So using a mouse to try and draw and write is not easy at all. But if you have a graphics tablet, then obviously you can do it in a much more natural way. So I'm going to choose the pencil here. Let's choose the color purple. There we are. And now if I wanted to write out some binary numbers, 1011, 0011, and I'll do a square box down here. Now what you can see, it's a little bit laggy there, didn't quite pick up the rectangle, but what you can see with this is that there is a shape recognition. So if I draw a circle, and it is now a little bit laggy, probably because I'm recording my screen at the same time. Let's try and do this a bit more slowly. There we go, there. So you'll see that if you aren't recording your screen using separate piece of software at the same time as this, I haven't found it laggy normally, so I think that's what's causing the jumping. But it has what we call shape recognition. So if you draw shapes, you can see it is then doing that much more neatly. Draw a triangle here. Okay, it hasn't picked up on that because my drawing is that bad, but it is very straightforward. So you've got pens, you've got lines, you've got text, you've got the eraser tool there, of course, and you've got the basic colors. So there's not a lot of options, But for most people, that's probably what you want. The benefit, of course, of having shape recognition, at least in some uses for this, is that you could end up with quite a nice looking whiteboard rather than what ends up being quite a scruffy whiteboard in my case sometimes. So shape recognition is one of the pluses, and the fact that it is a very simple interface. So that's Whiteboard. The third one is draw.chat. Now this is classed as more of a sort of a painting app, I suppose, more of a drawing app. You can use this for drawing. But you know, that's basically what a whiteboard is in the classroom. You can sketch and draw on the whiteboard and do what you wanted to do. No shape recognition on this one. You obviously have the basic tools at the top here again, so you can export this once you've done it as a PNG, so you can then save that as an image file, which is quite useful. So you've got loads of colors to choose from here, so you can you can obviously select the color you want to draw in there. You've got the line thickness, so if you wanted to draw a bigger line there, you can change the line thickness. So it's fairly intuitive. You've got highlighter options as well, so you can highlight certain words. Maybe change the transparency on that one a little bit so it's not quite so thick. So as you can see, there are quite a lot of options with this. So you've also got more buttons at the top here, drawing shapes, adding text, including images. Probably more than some people would need, but if you do want all these extra tools, I think it's a great tool. I like this actually, and I think it's a nice nice tool. Just take that back down to a more reasonable line. That's still a bit too thick. I definitely think that if you were going to use this, a graphics tablet is going to make life a lot easier. I think it would be very difficult to use with a mouse, but that's just me. On the right hand side, you'll be able to see when people join the room, and for sharing you can simply copy and paste the address at the top here. You do have the ability to have both audio and also video. So if you wanted to share your webcam, that would appear at the top here. So you can actually be seen by your students, you can be heard by your students, and students can type messages at the bottom here, and so you end up with a sort of chat log on the right hand side, which can be quite useful. You've got the multiple pages that you can open down here, so that works like slides or pages or whatever that you can then flip between and save those. So I think draw.chat is a really good application. I like it. I recommend it. It is completely free. So I think for a lot of teachers, this is probably going to be one that a lot of people will go for. However, there's two more that I want to cover. Because I'll be honest, the one that I'm going to be using for my binary ones is none of these so far. In fact, it's not even this next one, but again, this next one I really do like, and again, I recommend it. So AWWAPP, a whiteboard, I'm not sure what it stands for actually, a whiteboard something. A virtual whiteboard, perhaps, I don't know. Anyway, this has a number of templates built in. So the benefit of using this one is there are built-in templates. We've got at the top here the file menu, so we can obviously create from templates. If we click on this one, you have built-in options, question ladder obviously there, Gantt diagrams. There are some which are, if you go down to education there, you've got coordinates, so you've got built-in graphs and things like that. So built-in templates can be really useful for some people. That's really good. You've got your usual pen and pen colors, so all the usual stuff there. Adding in simple shapes, adding in text, and you can then export that if you wish to, either as an image or as a PDF document. So that's really good as well. If you share this with people, you've got the link at the top there, again the address, you can simply copy and share that, and you can then have some chat facility at the bottom right here. So I don't believe there's any audio or video embedded in here, But of course, if you're using another tool, Skype or Zoom or Google Hangouts or whatever, then you could have this as well. So then you could do it virtually that way. Of course, if you're doing what I'm doing and a lot of the time recording videos of you demonstrating things, then you can simply have a screen capture software running. For that one, I think in the last video in this tutorial series, video number 5, I did cover 3 totally free screen capture products that you can use to record exactly what's on your screen, either with or without the webcam, and combining screen capture software with this video editing, this whiteboard facility is really fantastic. Of course, what you could also do is combine several of the tools I've covered in this series. So you could use screen capture software to record you demonstrating something on a virtual whiteboard, have that video then embedded perhaps in another PowerPoint presentation, or save the video and upload it to YouTube. The options are really there for developing a variety of teaching resources. And of course, the benefit of these are that whilst I'm putting these together predominantly because of the current coronavirus lockdown, once you've created these videos and these resources, they're still there and can be used when life gets back to normal. So those are the 5 online versions of whiteboard software which I would recommend. However, the one that I'm tending to use myself for these videos is Microsoft Whiteboard. So this is something which is available free. It's something which I can use on Windows 10. And this is an installed app. So if I just minimize that for the moment and bring my whiteboard across, it is very simple. So it's very straightforward. You've got the basic tools at the bottom here. So let me just get the graphics tablet out again. So you got what I like about this is it's very uncluttered. So there's almost nothing on the screen. You've got these tools down here. So you have your colored pens. And if you press the pen twice, you've got the option for a variety of colors there. And also the thickness. You can see the thickness of the line there. Let's just draw here. So we're going to have 1 0 1 1 0 1 1. What you will notice is if you have a graphics tablet which is pressure sensitive, most of them are, then you can see that I can do a thin line, and by pressing the pen harder I get a thicker line. It creates a more natural pen look, I think, which I like. It's a bit more interesting. So we've got a variety of pen colors and thicknesses here. So the tech train, there we go. So it's really easy to write, draw, annotate and so forth. You have highlighters built in, so you can have a variety of excuse me, highlighted colors there and thicknesses. Like that, and you'll see that it goes over the ink to begin with. When you let go, it jumps behind the text you've written. It's little things like that just make it look a little bit nicer. I'm a great fan of this. You've got the eraser tool there as well. Click it once and you can clear the whole canvas, or just simply click and press. And again, if you have a graphics tablet, if you press lightly, you'll see that the eraser is quite small. Press harder and start moving the pen more, and you end up with the eraser larger, which is quite good. You've got rulers, so if you wanted to move the ruler around, you can do. Lasso tool, text and so forth, add notes, images, and so on. You've got a menu over on the right hand side, so you can obviously record this, you can save this, you can share it, so you can share that using Microsoft account, and you can invite other people if you did want to collaborate and share. So for video recording, if you have Windows, if you have Windows 10, if you're recording a video, personally I recommend this one. But if you're doing it online and you're sharing, then I think any of the other 5 I've shown you there are really, really good. They all have their advantages, they all have benefits and drawbacks, so it's a case of looking at them and thinking which one appeals to you most, which one is most suitable for you, your subject and your needs. So there we are. I hope that was useful to you. If this was useful, please do consider giving this video a thumbs up. It genuinely does make a difference, so thank you for doing that. If you have any questions at all, any comments, any problems, leave a comment below. I do read all comments and I reply to them as soon as I possibly can. So leave a comment below and I'll have a look at that. If you know other teachers that would find this useful, please do consider sharing it with them. Spread this around so other people can benefit from using these resources. This is a 10-part series, so I'm going to be looking at differentiation in the next video. So obviously you're developing a whole range of resources and videos and whiteboards and so forth. But we have a variety of students, and in some classes we have students who are very high ability and maybe others who struggle a little bit more and need more support. And also students learn in different ways. So in the next video I'm going to be covering a few little ideas that you could use to just help embed differentiation into online distance learning. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, if you click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell, then you'll know exactly when other videos like this become live, and I hope they're useful to you in delivering online engaging teaching. So thank you very much indeed for watching, and I'll see you in a future video. Bye for now.